Hey Kim and Dr. Reed, this is Matt Hirsch with Alt Media Studios. I wanted to show you just a couple things on the screen here that you're looking at. I wanted to go into a keyword planner as well as just to give you some highlights as to how we would help you with your website presence. So this is just an overview, a bird's eye view of how we would go about doing some things. But what I did here is I looked up um, ABA services, ABA therapy, clinicians and therapists. And this is a Google Ads keyword plan. But if you look at these boxes, this is pulling, a really nice website presence in someone who does similar work to you. No doubt, I'm sure you've heard of them. But Joint Sprout Therapy, I just feel like the website itself really looks nice. Not just looks nice, but also you could tell that there's some really good SEO on it. So they would be a good competitor, I guess you can call them. And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But as far as the website presence is concerned, we could consider them as a competitor. So, going to the homepage, just right away, things that I notice is that if you hover up above here, it contains some key phrases, some keywords relevant to searches. So for parents with children with autism anywhere on the spectrum, this site shows up very well for that key phrase. Again, it's ABA therapy or ABA therapists near me. Anyway, if I go to the keyword planner, I checked a few that you can see here, a few keywords that have a high search volume every month. And let me go even narrow this down a little bit more, but I'm going to go to just the state of Ohio, USA. Now, I don't know if you're licensed in more states or if you want to target more states, but anyway, it doesn't get a whole lot of monthly searches, but there are enough. And then some of them, because of the data that's been tracked, and this is for the last year, the last 12 months, the data that's been collected. If we were to do a pay-per-click ad campaign, and again, that's completely optional, your pay-per-click rate is anywhere from 264 to almost 594. I see one that's 157, ABA behavior therapist. So gives you an idea. Every time someone clicks on a link on an ad, it's spending that much of your budget per month until your budget gets depleted, and then you go back to where you're ranking organically, which is why SEO and continued SEO tasks are so important for your organic ranking. So on this next page, I pulled up these phrases that I think would be a good start. Again, this is just off the top of my head, and we're not getting into any in-depth keyword research just yet. That comes later, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want to narrow this down. Right now it's the United States. I'm going to say Ohio. And we could get more specific than that. We can just focus on Northeast Ohio. But yeah. Now, people might come from out of town to come see you. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but again, we can get into all this. We can broaden our search. We make it the entire United States. And if we wanted to raise our budget to, let's say, 300 to 500 a month, completely up to you. You could expect to get in the month for next month, you could expect to get 90 clicks, 4,800 impressions is when your site or a page on your site shows up for a key phrase on a search, but they don't click on it. And then your average position would be 1.5. What are the real high performers? It looks like ABA autism therapy is a really high performer. After that, ABA behavior therapist, and so on. Now, if you go to locations, I'm going to go to plan overview. Texas is a real high performer. followed by other locations, but then here, Virginia, looks like it's very highly searched in these areas. I'm sure you might be able to know why that's the case. Florida, but regardless, this kind of gives you an idea of how we go about researching key phrases. One more thing about content and good SEO, and I'm going to use this site example again, is that it's not just important that you hover over this main page, in-home ABA therapy for all, but then it's very user-friendly. It's got some video, and Dr. DiPolo, I heard that she has video. We could use that, or we could build off of it. We do have videography services that are a part of digital marketing, depending on the package. The more hours that we have per month to market your site online, the more we can do. And again, we want to view this as a long-term arrangement and service. Just hitting it 1 or 2 months is not going to get you the results that you need. So going to our services, I'd like to just hit that briefly. Autism evaluation, ABA therapy. You can learn more. Again, there's really well-placed content here. It's well written, but you have to drill down further to get to the content. And I don't just mean on this page, but I also mean in other pages as well. So it kind of customizes things. We could do all of that for you. So a big part of SEO is not just keyword optimization, but it's entire site restructuring based on the data that we receive back from visitors. Over time, as we determine what your visitors are doing, we're going to be able to develop a content strategy for the site. So it should always be changing, it should always be improving, and we're making adjustments based on the data that we receive. So just to give you an overview, I don't want to talk your ear off, but hopefully this will help as you make a decision on what to do. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to discuss it. We could hop on Zoom or whatever you want to do, and I could clear things up if anything doesn't make sense still in the proposal. Thanks so much for considering it, and wish you all the best. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.